Yoga for healing. What's up? I feel strongly a celebration in the ethers. I hope you're feeling it as well. Oh, King of Wands at the bottom. I want to come on and see what's going on in the ethers. What is it that we should know? We've been getting a lot of downloads of them getting karma and the ones in charge being pushed into the front to be seen in their truth. Holy Spirit, what's going on in the ethers? I'm feeling a lot of celebrations, joy. Ooh. 10 of Pentacles. Yes, that's my confirmation, baby. We went deep. The well. And we're going to get the book on these because I love how it's tarot, but some of them have a little twist to them. They're not all written exactly the same. That's why we have several decks. It gives us a little bit of sway sometimes, you know. Gratitude, wealth, family, stability, and abundance. And we also know that it is about lineage, generations, royalty. I add also old lineage. Being that cosmic light in human form. Breaking generational curses on those that have already come before you and those that come after you. 7 generations. As far as my family tree goes, we, the matriarch, are responsible for at least 7 generations. Before us and after us, past, present, and future. The well. They didn't know how deep you were. I'll tell you that. They didn't know you were as deep as you are. They only saw your softness. How you flowed so easily. How you don't have to work hard for that connection to source, the creator. Where's the well? I think it's the last one. Yeah. The astrological correlation of this card, the well, is Gaia, Earth, Mother Earth, the planet. The well is the birthplace of ideas, inspiration, and transformation. All things are birthed from this creatrix whose knowledge flows freely to those who seek it. Those that are nurturing, taking the opportunity of their natural, organic birthplace of ideas, never ending, always creative. That well is up on a cliff, and it's an ocean that it flows down into, never ending, abundant, never ending. And this is something that is strong within us. And our lineage is celebrating right now. And they have been. I'm trying to tell you. It's been years. We've been having our little parties over here. It ain't nothing to just break out several times in a day with the Soul Train line. And I am not over exaggerating. My cats be looking at me because you maintain temperance, pouring within yourself, maintaining balance. Your wings have grown. You are covered. Psalms 91 comes to mind. What else is there that we need to know? Holy Spirit, Divine, Creator. The Hangman and the High Priestess. You're not having to make a move. You're just sitting and observing. Temperance. Oh, let's see. The Hangman is there. Temperance. Sagittarius. Balance, harmony, purpose, and moderation with ourselves. We're at rest. Remember in those not too distant past videos where we were told to just rest, take our time, self-care, self-love? And this is where we've been, at peace, pouring into ourselves, our creativities, going deep and staying high vibration. Yes. Let's see, the Hangman. Neptune, very significant. We've made the sacrifice. We've made the release. Do you see his hand on the string? We released ourselves from any weight, burden, gaining new perspectives, surrendering control, being guided by our intuition, our insight, our inner voice, source, the Creator, the one that we have maintained a connection in, maintaining our balance, focused on ourselves, our roots, our lineage, and the future, knowing that these stories go way deeper. Queen of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. Two of Wands. In tarot, the bottom and the top of the deck are important cards because this tells more of the overall story of who we're talking about, and we're speaking on an energy that's in a Queen or King of Pentacles energy. Self-care, nurturing, grounded, independent, self-employed. These details a lot of people like to ignore when watching tarot, and that's why everybody says it's their story. Not everyone has done shadow work, and not everyone works with the Creator, giving up all control and not working a 9 to 5 even. Even if you were guided into that direction through spell work of them trying to poison you. Yeah, that's my story. You're in union with the divine. Do you see how They're looking out at the universe. They're looking out at nature, air, water, earth, and they carry that fire within, that spark. These are the ones that have been fighting in this spiritual war, in this battle that's been in Terra World. I'm going to keep it very straight, to the point, no sugar. Because it's a lot of times that people allow themselves to be in a self-placed delusion. Which cards do we need? Oh, okay. We'll go with those. People need to have to be honest. It's that time. The planets are aligned for this. This pink moon coming up. Oh, baby. I already had visions of this. I prayed, I connected, spoke. When I say the word pray, is when I'm speaking to the divine. When I'm meditating, I'm getting answers. That's how it works. There's a lot of ways to get answers, but I'm just saying that's my go-to when I want to ask for answers. Anyway, Ten of Pentacles. What do we need to know? Conscious eating nourished me. And this card stands for more than what you put in your mouth, but in your mind, your ears, your eyes. Any orifice of your body that has an opening. What are you feeding yourself, your body? Those on the path. Maybe be aware more of your eating. Stay conscious and aware. We know that it can be difficult because of the ways of the world. That's a 29. 11. There's some changes coming with the food. We will be eating healthy and not having the fear of poisoning. Play is my pathway to joy. When you're going deep with your shadow side, nurturing your childhood traumas. It's important to play. I am the weaver of my reality. When you go deep, you do the shadow work, you're honest with yourself, and those traumas, those triggers are no longer triggers because you learned the lesson. You accepted your portion and you held yourself responsible, knowing that you are the weaver of your reality. So when we hear others that call themselves those that guide, we're supposed to listen to say, well, they listened to their friends and, oh, their friends told them, well, where the hell is your mind at? Because if you have done your shadow work, you're already aware what that is. All of this codependency that we've been hearing about in these groups, they're all codependent. They all take no responsibility. They all blame others. And they project. And every time I hear them project, I throw it right back at them. Want to call it a part of their read, but how do you say it? I pay attention. Are you saying it as a projection? What words are you using? when you're speaking to the collective. For an example, this is just an example. If someone is saying that these creatures, these beasts, did something to you, held something from you, that is a projection, because they have not held or taken anything. We rebuke that and the blubbering lips it comes through. Because we are aware that we are the weavers of our own realities, and it's been quite entertaining watching you try to manipulate and sway. But I do come to realize that the ones that think that you are speaking truth are just as lost as you, the blind leading the blind. We held temperance, kept our balance, poured into ourselves. We are ready, and we give thanks. I believe this card fell almost sideways. It was a little tilted. But I think it's because of that temperance. We're not putting any force other than our free will of our own path, of our own reality. The universe is aware that we are ready for this to be done. As we sit and wait, do you see we're not stuck? We're just playing around, being playful on our pathway, gaining different perspectives, sitting still as guided, because we are realizing that now is the time to integrate all that we have gathered. Now we're just popping our popcorn, maybe making some tinctures, planting some seeds. Yeah, more seeds, baby, more seeds. Love spell. Love spell. Somebody tried to do a love spell on a high priestess. But you know what? This high priestess is aware. This high priest or high priestess is aware that we are all sisters, brothers, and reflect the divine in one another. So therefore, when we see that not shown in someone, we're aware. We just sit and watch. We watch and see what they create. Looks like they created a portal. What do we need to know about the high priestess or high priest? What do we need to know about the high priestess or high priest, Holy Spirit? I forgive and let go with loving ease. Ashe. And we do. You have your wings. What are the odds of that? Thank you, Holy Spirit. Woo! We have our wings, the ones that they tried to clip. They didn't want to see us soar, but them love spells were weak. They were not with good intent. They were not about love. So we blocked that shit. What do we need to know about this Two of Wands at the bottom of the deck? I mean, well, it would have been at the top of the deck. This cooperation, this partnership, this future. I am courageous, steady, and strong. It fell on this well and temperance. Side note message. Those that are out here with these lion mouths and parakeet butts, roaring that mouth, they don't have the courage. Neither are they steady and strong. Proper rest helps me feel and look my best. Didn't I say that? We are resting. We have our wings. Their shit didn't work. This love spell, Holy Spirit. Let's get tarot on that. Who is this that casts this love spell upon us? I know who it is. Let the collective get some energy on who the hell this mother sucker was that tried to place a love spell, tried to manipulate the collective. Who is this? Who this be, Harpo? That tried to put a love spell? Somebody that's at the crossroads about now without any luggage. Whatever they did have that they were hoarding for their financial stability has brought them to a stalemate. They had difficult choices to make, and they were sitting in the denial of river. Sitting in the denial of the river. Being stuck in the middle of what they wanted to be told and heard and what they didn't want to be told and heard. Because, see, they wanted to manipulate the story. They thought they could weave our reality. We forgive them. We forgive ourselves. But forgotten, that's a whole nother story. And as far as karma goes, you have to balance that out. Love spell. What do we need to know? Ooh. Even in the upright. But we know they've been blocked. Block. And their inspiration and creativity has gone down. The toilet. Down the pitter. Their lives, their lineage. They were after that 10 of Pentacles, our lineage. They wanted to suck the life, the nourishment from us. They didn't realize how deep and how far the flow of creativity went. And that we were our boss. And the only other boss that we have is the Creator. Therefore, we stayed on our pathway of joy and delight, made the sacrifices, made the releases, the purging, not turning back to look. This has them baffled. Because that devil is like, who the hell don't look at me? I'm fine as hell. Stuck in the past of what they once had. They thought they were going to get ahead in this adventure, but this Queen of Swords kept boundaries in the middle, keeping their energy to themselves, leaving them only with memories. Memories of what they were trying to get. Memories of their family roots. Memories of the windfall, the foundation of everything they had wanted is gone. It's only a memory. That is the truth and clarity. Breakthroughs are made. New ideas, visions, focus, coming in with a vengeance, a force. This truth. It's having a lot of those sit and concentrate as we've been guided to rest because we've let go. This love spell didn't work. This devil's locked down. We beat the devil. That is the truth. I didn't call myself a demon slayer for nothing. People thought it was a joke. These cards don't lie, but people do. Divine Masculine at the bottom of the deck. What's up with this Divine Masculine? Oh, stuck in love, hate. Hot, cold. Still stuck at the crossroads where they went and sat. Where they did all the spell work. They're stuck, sitting in nostalgia of what they could have had, but they forfeited that. What do we need to know about this devil? He wanted his way. This selfish, narcissistic devil, you. Stuck in your pride and ego and arrogance, stubborn. Dealing with the love-hate. I knew it was a reason why I wanted red nail polish. That fire. They wanted it their way. This was a side hustle for them. Someone with a sex addiction and bad credit, unemployed, in debt, spiritually and physically and emotionally. We'll leave that right there, because that goes for all of those energies that wanted to use any type of manipulation, hoodoo, voodoo, black magic, binding spells, anything of the sort. Even just by using your mouth, evil eyeing, gossiping. A lot of you are going to be maybe losing your voice. Peace.